Hello everyone, today we are going to learn a poem. Before moving to the poem, I want to ask a simple questions. Have you ever seen a big tree being cut? Do you think killing a tree is easy? What do tree give us? Just take a moment and think about it. Tree give us shade, fruits and oxygen, and they help nature to stay balanced. Today we are going to learn a poem titled On Killing a Tree by Gieve Patel. Let's move to the poet introduction. Gieve Patel was an Indian poet, playwright and doctor. He was born in 1940 and became well known for a simple and meaningful poem. His writing was mainly focused on nature, human life, and social issues. Through his poem, he expressed his concern for the environment and the relationship between human and natures. And some of his famous works, including On Killing a Tree, The Whale, and From Bombay Central. Now, let's move into the about the poem. The poem On Killing a Tree describes how strong and powerful a tree is. The poet explained the process of destroying the tree. The poet says killing a tree is not a simple process because the tree takes many years to grow. If we plant a tree today, it doesn't mean it will immediately grow tomorrow. It takes time to grow by absorbing sunlight, air, and water from the earth. Even if it takes many years to grow more large. And the poem is written in a free verse. It means it doesn't follow a rhyme scheme. And the speaker of the poem is the poet himself. And the poet explained the process of killing the tree in the poem by step. His tone is serious and he says that cutting the tree is not affect the environment or the nature, but it even affect the human life too. Now let's move to the poem. It take much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of his laborious height, sprouting leaves. In this stanza, the poet says that killing a tree is not a simple and easy process because it takes time to destroy the tree. Not with the cut of the knife, we cannot destroy the tree because I already told the tree take many years to grow. So it is not a easy process to cut the tree. And the poet says the root of the tree is very strong because it absorbs sunlight, air, and nutrients from the earth. So the root is very strong. So we cannot cut the tree simply. In this stanza, the poet says. And let's move to the next stanza. So I can chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it that the bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Miniature boughs, when if unchecked, will expand again to former size. In this stanza, the poet explained the process of cutting a tree is not enough. The poet says cutting a tree is not enough to killing the tree. And he also says that even if it cut many times, the pain will not destroy the tree. The tree will bear the pain. And even if it bleed also, the tree will heal it again and overcome. The bleed means the gum-like substance. We can see in many trees like the gum-like substance, glue like a glue substance. That's kind of a bleed. Okay, it will heal, it will overcome it. It doesn't mean it died. Okay, now the poet also says that it started to produce new leaves. Okay, even if they are not stopped, the twigs will grow bigger and tree will return to its original size. Okay, now let's move to the next stanza. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped tied and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled out entirely out from the earth cave, and strength of the tree exposed, the source, white, wet, the most sensitive, hidden for years inside the earth. In this stanza, the poet explained that killing a tree completely, okay, the poet explained how to kill a tree. Now, the poet says the root must be pulled out of the earth. First, we have to pull out the root of the tree entirely. The root hold the tree firmly in the soil. I already told you the root is very strong, okay, and because it has grown very strong because of its nutrition from the earth, and it's a main source of this tree life, okay. We have to They are tied with ropes. The roots are tied with the ropes and pulled out forcefully. We have to tie the root with a rope and pulled out forcefully from the ground. When the root are removed, the hidden part inside the root, the hidden sensitive part of the tree is exposed. The sensitive part of the root is there, so when we pulled out the root, the sensitive part will exposed. The poet says the root as white. The poet described the root as a white, wet and delayed. Okay, the root is look like a white, wet. Because white is wet because it is inside the soil so many years, so it is wet, okay, and which have remained hidden deep inside the earth for many years. I already told. Then the last stanza is, then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning and hardening, twisting, withering, and then it done. In this stanza, the poet explained what happened after the root of the tree pulled out. The poet says the root left exposed to the sun and air, which cause them to dry. When we pull out the root outside, the root automatically dried because of the sun and air, okay, and slowly the root lost their moisture because inside the mud there is a moisture. After when we took out the air and sun exposed it automatically lost their moistures and the strength. They began to turn brown color and they are finally the trees died. This is the process to completely destroy the tree, okay. Not cutting the tree doesn't mean the tree completely die. We have to do this process. It is the complete process to destroy the tree, the poet says, okay. And the themes of the poem: power and strength of the nature. The first theme is, the poem shows the tree is very strong and it slowly grow many years and it cannot be destroyed easily, okay. Next, the destruction of nature by humans. The poem explain how human cut the tree. It highlight the cruelty of harming the nature, how the human harm the nature, and the persistence and survival. Even if the tree cut and damaged, the tree try to grow again. The tree, even if it get so many times cut or so many times it damaged also, the tree try to grow again by producing its new leaves. This show the tree survey, okay. And importance of tree. Throughout the poem, the poet reminds us that trees are important for our life. Yes, of course the trees are important for our life because the trees provide us oxygen, okay. Without oxygen we cannot live, so we have to protect the tree and we have to save them, not destroy them, okay. And the human interference with nature. The poem shows that our human activity disturb the nature world. By cutting the tree also, we disturbing the nature world. Now let's see the glossary. Hack, to cut something roughly with repeated blows. Chop, to cut with a heavy blow. Jab, a quick push, okay, or stab with something sharp. Crust, the outer surface of the earth. Labrous, rough or damaged skin like surface. Bark, the outer covering of a tree trunk. Twigs, small thin branches of a tree. Boughs, large branches of a tree, anchoring, holding something firmly in place. Withering, drying and dying slowly. Now, the message of the poem. The poem teaches the important moral values about protecting nature. it shows that trees are very important for human beings, and it takes many years to grow. Okay, it is very important to our nature as well as human being. Destroying a tree is harmful act. We have to respect them and protect them. Instead of cutting them, we should plant them. Okay, and keep our environment healthy and balanced. And the poetic devices, personification, what it means giving a human qualities to non-human living things. Okay, for example, the bleeding bark will heal. The poet giving a human qualities, the poet is to non-living things like trees. The bleeding bark means the poet say it has a feelings. It means the tree has a feelings and pain like humans. And the imagery means a word that create a clear picture in the reader's mind. The readers can see, feel and imagine themselves, like the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. The poet says you can imagine when we read the poem, we can imagine the white, wet, the part of the root. Okay. And the metaphor means a direct comparison without using like and as. We use like and as only for simile, without using the like and as directly. The poet compare the tree with the humans. Just like humans, the tree also bleeding and heal. The bleeding means the tree also face many problems and it overcome it. Okay, many time it damaged or many time it cut also, it tried to recover from it like humans. Okay, the humans also have so many problems and they try to recover from it. Likewise, the tree also do it. So it is a metaphor and it is a free verse. The poem does not follow a regular rhythm pattern. And there is the evaluation part. I have give some true or false questions. You have to read this and answer it. Okay, and at last I have given an activity. The activity is plant a tree and observe its changes and write your observation. You have to plant a tree and write its changes like its height and its growth, everything, and write your observation in your note or a paper. So in this poem finally says that we have to save the tree, and the poet also says that killing a tree is not means just cutting the tree. It means taking the root of the tree entirely out, then only the tree died. Okay, so the poet tone is serious. Okay, I hope you all understand the poem. Thank you.